impacting our people and trying to get everybody back out and about and engaging with their community as we get further along here in this pandemic and get more people vaccinated and more people safe from COVID-19. And that includes our friends over at the Pontiac Farmers Market. We're pleased to be joined by the executive director of the Pontiac Farmers Market, Stacy Bishop, as well as Jermaine Max, the Branner program coordinator for the Farmers Market, and Margot Zack, operations manager of the Pontiac Farmers Market. We appreciate having you guys on today.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
Pleasure to have you on. So tell us a little bit about what's going on down at the Pontiac Farmers Market right now.
So we are putting on a series of pop-up events at 48 West Huron, which is right at the corner of Woodward and Huron. And it is the Pontiac Farmers Market, where we're bringing together fresh food access, entertainment, supporting small local businesses, and other assorted food vendors and artisans.
We're joined by a number of people from the Pontiac Farmers Market. June was the grand opening of the market. On top of course, those live events, what else is offered at the market, and when are your hours?
Should I take these answering them, or how is the best way to?
Go ahead. Go ahead for this one.
Okay, great. So this Sunday is the next farmers market, which is August 22nd from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, so and you can find more information on the Pontiac Farmers Market on pontiacfarmersmarket.org. We're joined by Stacy Bishop, the executive director of the Farmers Market, Max Branner, the program coordinator, as well as operations manager Margot Zack from the Pontiac Farmers Market, and some other interesting events coming up. And we can talk to let's go with Max on this one. You have some Woodward Dream Cruise programs that are coming up as we go into Dream Cruise season. Can you tell us a little bit about your block party Saturday coming up?
Yeah, so we're giving the watchers and the people that want to participate in the Dream Cruise to get access to a prime location, which we were calling the block party. We will have live entertainment. We will have access to food and the bathrooms, and also for those that's 21 and older, they will get access to alcoholic beverages. So it's exclusive. We will have access to parking as well, so they won't have to worry about where should they park at. And yeah, we're just going to enjoy ourselves and communicate, socialize, and have a good time in one central location right there on the corner of Woodward and Huron.
We're joined by a number of people from the Pontiac Farmers Market with us today on the MegaCast. Going back to you, Stacy, of course, we said earlier that June was the grand opening of the Farmers Market, but when did planning for this begin, and why did this Farmers Market come to be?
The planning began during the pandemic, honestly, because a group of us wellness practitioners and community members have seen that there is a lack of food access and education, health education in the city of Pontiac. So we came together, and originally it was going to be a virtual wellness world. And we, as things kind of transitioned with the pandemic, we really saw a need for in-person interaction, education, connection. And that's kind of how we birthed the Pontiac Farmers Market. And so it's been really a year in the planning, and we're still in real life time trying to plan for these pop-ups. And we've had the first two Pontiac Farmers Market pop-ups have been generously sponsored as a Market Day sponsor from Oakland University and their Pontiac Initiative branch. So we're just very appreciative to them for stepping up to help support and believe in what we're doing to bring this education experience. We did a bike giveaway for the last pop-up, so we add a community element. And for this next one on Sunday, we are taking donations for the Pontiac Panthers for any personal hygiene care items. And there is more information on the flyer and on our website, as you had said before, pontiacfarmersmarket.org. So we're really trying to bring that engaging, family-friendly. If you go on our Facebook page, you'll see a bunch of pictures that we're very inclusive of children, and just a very community element to the whole program.
And Margot, in terms of the food initiatives at the farmers market, of course, of course, it's going to be locally sourced foods that are going to be there, but there's also a focus that's being taken on health education and food education as well. Care to speak a little bit about what that approach is and why take that approach at the Pontiac Farmers Market?
Sure, absolutely. So right now we're working on, we have various food members. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We're working on various food vendors, bringing them in. There's different phases to the farmers market and different elements of the farmers market. So one, we're trying to focus on, the food access aspect, but we're also trying to work on economic development, because we don't want to just, provide fresh food, but we also want to provide a space for local Pontiac residents to, be able to sell their wares and sell other food as well. For the nutrition portion of it, we want to be able to provide information to residents and the community around nutrition, not just nutrition as what they should be eating, in general, but also just to build up their body systems. We're trying to provide that food access piece, and then also nutrition education programs that fit in alongside our vendors. So for example, if we have a vendor that's highlighting beets or squash, then we'll also have a nutrition program that goes along with those specific vendors to try to do that value add, where we're providing information to the residents and supporting our vendors at the same time.
We're joined by Stacy Bishop, the Executive Director of the Pontiac Farmers Market, Max Branner, the Program Coordinator, as well as Operations Manager Margot Zack, today on the MegaCast. And Max, to go back to you for this one, farmers markets like this are not just a way to gather people to support local vendors and support local farmers and other small businesses. It's also a way to build community culture. Talk to us a little bit about the approach that you're taking, and that the farmers market is taking, to try to help utilize the farmers market as a way of creating those bonds within the community to build a stronger Pontiac.
So one thing that the pandemic has done, especially to a city like Pontiac, is that most entrepreneurs wasn't able to really showcase their products or to sell their services. And so what we did was we actually were saving a lot of business and entrepreneurs to stay afloat. We're giving the community and the local entrepreneurs a chance to not only socialize, but to get out here to sell their products and to just to make sure that, especially being outdoors, because a lot of the business owners that had a brick and mortars that couldn't sell their products, now they're able to stay outside and to be able to again sell their products. And what we're doing is we're giving local politicians a chance to get out here to talk to the community. We're giving entrepreneurs another chance to talk to each other, to learn some secrets on how to sell and how to trade. And also we're bringing a nonprofit side to this event, giving away products. And so I think that answers your question. And again, just to go back, what Margot was saying is like, Oakland County is a very successful county, but unlike our neighboring cities, Pontiac is #1 for obesity, #1 for cancer, #1 for heart disease. And the pandemic and COVID-19 exposed that, especially with the majority of the population being Black and Latinos, was 3 times more likely to die from the pandemic. So unlike the regular farmers market, where we just have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, we're giving them the education part so that they can educate and help themselves on how to prevent from dying from flu, viruses, and things like that. So we're giving them that education piece to help, so people can help themselves and get access to the fresh fruits and vegetables.
And Max, even beyond that, and you mentioned the cultural diversity of Pontiac too. There are so many different cultures, and there are so many different people from different walks of life in Pontiac, yes, and really here in Oakland County as well, and in southeastern Michigan. And another effort that the farmers market is making is to provide programming at the farmers market that helps, yep, to mix those cultures, to have that communication so that we get to know our neighbors. How much of a focus has gone into that, especially given what we've seen over the past year and a half and the issues that we've had a number of really important discussions on, to promote that cultural diversity and to, on top of that, have those conversations in our community where we're interacting with our neighbors that are different from us and learning about them and bridging those gaps.
Yeah, so if you was to visit our market, you will see a very diverse crowd. And I think Stacy or Margot, they have to correct me with the name, but we have a Hispanic organization. I forgot the name of them. I think it's Central El Familia, and it's just a very diversity of organization that's coming in, that's promoting and advertising what they do for the community, because it's things that I didn't know as far as the organization that we have in Pontiac that's really very effective at with the services that they provide. So we have everything from organizations, diverse organization that's providing different foods that come from their culture and their way of life, that's that people from other cultures are actually buying their products. So again, it's like one big potluck of people that's just providing different type of nutritional food that I didn't even know existed in Pontiac. So it's just a great look and a blissful feeling that even myself, that I feel good about just learning things as we go.
And Margot, health doesn't look like one specific thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all definition. Health is really based on personal basis, but there are guiding principles that can be helpful in that. How important is that mindset in providing the programming, particularly on the nutritional side, for people that will be attending the Pontiac Farmers Market? So like Max was saying, they can learn about ways that they can stay healthy in their lifestyle and within their local community.
Right, absolutely. So the way that we look at it is the World Health Organization describes health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And so we really take that to heart, in my business and also within the farmers market, is that we look at health not just as like a one-to-one thing where it's one cause and one outcome, right? So we look at that physical portion of it, providing the food, providing food access. We look at the mental aspect where we're, providing that community, and that social aspect of building each other up. Because, what I've seen through, being a holistic health practitioner and a nutrition counselor is that really the biggest hurdle for people to actually utilize the nutrition programs and the nutrition information is that community portion of it, and is that social portion of it. So that's really what we're trying to focus on there, is looking at not only the whole person, but the whole community, and really looking at the root causes of those diseases, like Max mentioned, heart disease is huge, and diabetes. And we know that those are lifestyle factors. We know that those are, nutrition can make a huge impact on those diseases, but we also know that it's from a social perspective, the more that we build each other up in that way, the more likely, the individual is going to have a higher rate of health if the community has a higher rate of health, and the community is going to have a higher rate of health if those individuals have a higher rate of health. So that's why we just look at that whole picture, that physical, mental, and social aspect of nutrition and, health.
We're joined by Executive Director Stacy Bishop, Program Coordinator Max Branner, and Operations Manager Margot Zack from the Pontiac Farmers Market today on the MegaCast. And just a few more minutes with the three of you today. Stacy, for those that are interested in all the different programs and all the different vendors that will be at the Farmers Market, where can they find more information, and where is the Farmers Market so they can attend?
So they can find more information on www.pontiacfarmersmarket.org or find us on Facebook. We've got lots of information, pictures. On our website, there is a vendor application form. We are still accepting applications for vendors. And we have a few different dates that we're popping up, and all of those are mentioned on our website. But the next one is this Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And it's going to be at the parking lot next to 48 West Huron on the corner of Woodward. And also just mentioning, as we talked about in the beginning of the program, about the block party that's going to be on Saturday, August 21st. It is the weekend of Dream Cruise, and we will be having different offerings, music, bar, bathrooms, other amenities involved. So that also is on our website. And I would also like to just give a shout out to one of our other team members that has been working morning, noon, and night with us, Denise Harris, and she owns Healing Heart Safety, and she teaches CPR safety, and she's been a huge part of this. And that's another aspect of the health and wellness. Yes, it's about the food and the education and the access and all that, but other health aspects. She's a nurse. So we really have all come together, as you can probably hear and see from our core group, as a bunch of health practitioners with a community education passion, really, to summarize it.
Well, we appreciate. Go ahead, Margot.
And just to jump right in, the dates for all of the markets. The next one, again, we have this block party August 21st this weekend. August 22nd is a farmers market. Then September 12th, September 26th, and October 31st. All of those are going to be 1 to 4 p.m. in the parking lot at the corner of Woodward and Huron.
Well, we appreciate having the three of you on, and loved your approach to this farmers market and making it not only a farmers market but a community market and a place for people to learn and interact with each other as well. So we appreciate it. We're joined by Executive Director Stacy Bishop, Program Coordinator Max Branner, and Operations Manager Margot Zack from the Pontiac Farmers Market. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.